If you thought Big was bad, I introduce you to Berger. Hi, my name's Kat and welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Carrie meets Berger at the office of her publicist and she is absolutely smitten. Having the gift of hindsight, all I can hear is...
You in danger, girl.
He makes some lame self-deprecating joke, which of course Carrie laughs at.
What's your book?
Half off. That's what it's called now. It's just half off.
Now, there's nothing wrong with a funny man. Humor is a great quality. But there's a good joke, and then there's the point where you don't have any more forced laughter to give. Since Carrie is having a party for her book launch, who better to talk her through all things writing and authors than Jack Berger? They have some fast food and good banter on a park bench, but truly, he was insufferable from the beginning. What is this? I think it's weird that his arm was around her. It's so obvious that this is flirty banter, and then he takes her hand like she's not an old lady. She didn't need help getting up off the bench. That was intentional. So when he drops the "I have a girlfriend" grenade...
My girlfriend's parents are coming to visit.
Carrie is understandably shocked. Talked so much but failed to mention the girlfriend. Could have dropped a "my girlfriend and I. My girlfriend and I walk here all the time. My girlfriend hates that I collect these because who the hell randomly picks up dirty cards off the street and brings them into their home?"
That guy's a jerk. Thing is, I don't think he is.
He was, in fact, a jerk.
My book party could fit in a coat check of your book party.
The endless self-deprecation was a red flag. Dear God, man, have some self-esteem. We're looking for hopeless romantics, not hopeless, pessimistic mood killers. Was this the last we would see of Berger? Unfortunately, no. Carrie meets him again when she takes a trip with the girls to the Hamptons.
I didn't figure you for a motorcycle guy.
I bought it as a reaction to my breakup.
Remember how he conveniently forgot to mention he was in a relationship? He doesn't fail to let her know he's out of one. It's the second sentence out of his mouth after yet another annoying joke. He explains that he got the motorbike as a reaction to his girlfriend breaking up with him. Remember this, okay? We'll circle back to that bike later. Carrie invites him to Samantha's big party and he shows up. Great.
Clap if you care.
They sit outside, away from the party, on the grass. Everything seems to be going well. He starts talking about his past relationship, and Carrie is sympathetic, but she slightly gets too animated discussing hers, and he is ready to run for the hills. He basically shoves her off his jacket. What a gentleman.
What's the Zaza Zoo? It makes me crazy.
Carrie keeps talking about the Zaza Zoom that she's getting with Berger, but I feel we have yet to actually see it. Carrie truly has a habit of romanticizing the most unromantic guys, and I understand she's looking for a connection, but 5 seasons in, you think she would have learned something.
I know what I did. I revealed too much too soon. I was emotionally slutty.
So Berger rode off at the first sign of trouble, and rather than see this as a flashing neon sign, lucky escape, Carrie, she's blaming herself. When Berger does randomly pop up at the Hamptons wedding because he was invited by the groom, it's not as swoon-worthy as the music and the dancing makes it seem. Should it be this difficult early on?
You were fine. I just wasn't sure if I was up for all that again.
What does he mean by all that? Does he mean the ebbs and flows of a relationship, the natural progression of life? He shouldn't have stopped by to see her if conversations scare him.
Maybe we should go out on a date before we break up.
Call me superstitious, but so much negativity and "this is all going to end badly, but let's give it a try" talk before it's even begun is a bad sign. But
What's the Zaza Zoo? It makes me crazy.
Hi, it's Jack.
Carrie's all excited about her date with Berger. She's getting butterflies. He leaves her a great voicemail.
Isn't that Berger?
Carrie has hyped him up so much in her mind that she even flees from him when she's not wearing a perfect outdoor outfit. Yeah, we've all been there.
Oh God, I look like shit.
Sometimes you get caught in the outfit you don't want anyone to see you in. That makes sense. That was a normal moment. Happens to all of us. So as she's running away from Berger, she runs into Aiden, and I think it fuzzies her brain. It's like one bomb after another. Oh, look, there's Aiden. Oh, look, there's a baby attached to his chest.
I married another furniture designer.
Oh, look, his wife is inside. She thought it was some cathartic moment that allowed her to open up to Berger and go with the flow, not needing everything to be perfect. And it does. But I think it also puts her in a position where she gives Berger more chances than she normally would with a person. Seeing your ex move on to many different stages of life, married, baby, it can make you want to fast forward parts of your life too, to almost catch up or to feel like the time you've been apart from that person, it has been productive. So I think she puts all her eggs in one basket. She's going heavy, betting on Berger, and it's a huge mistake. Now, Carrie and Berger are great at the banter, but everything seems to go downhill when they sleep together. It's awkward, there's no chemistry. Poor Carrie is trying so hard to defend it and explain it away.
It was just quiet.
But when she says it was so quiet that she heard the bus, Lord have mercy. The beginning of a relationship shouldn't be so much of an uphill battle. But Carrie has stretched, she hasn't skipped leg day, and she is determined to keep running up that hill. Lingerie, alcohol, fluffy heels. She is so drunk she can barely stand up. And Berger is so drunk he passes out.
I choked.
Why is he having such a problem with this? She should have explored it more.
Well, let's make a deal. I talk to you. You talk to me.
They make an agreement to talk, and then they don't. It's not a resolution to their problem. It's giving Band-Aid over bullet wound. You can't just start throwing painkillers at an ominous pain without trying to figure out what's causing it in the first place. None of this is making sense. By the next episode, the sex issue is out of the way and they've moved on to their next one because these two do not know how to have peace. It's Carrie's first night staying over at his place and...
I really like this fall color.
Yeah, I can't take credit for that. That's Lauren.
Ralph Lauren?
No, Lauren, my ex. Actually, it was a gift.
Oh, from...
Yeah, Lauren. She got it for me about 2 weeks after we started going out.
He didn't like her bringing up her past, but he manages to bring up his ex-girlfriend's name twice on the same day. Lauren.
That there's a bird.
For some reason, he needs forest animal sound effects to aid his sleep. I mean, he slept fine when he was at her place, but there's nothing wrong with a bit of ASMR, so go for it, Berger, but maybe consider the person sleeping next to you, I don't know. It's a very weird relationship that keeps getting weirder when Big calls and Carrie has phone sex with him. What happened to Berger giving her the zazazoo and the butterflies? Did those all just die?
I'm not in a serious relationship with Berger. We're still just dating. It's good dating.
We're just dating, she says. I'm putting a red flag on Carrie this time. This is a huge indication that this guy wasn't the one. When she started dating Big, she thought they were exclusive from the word go and was so disappointed when she found out they weren't. What is she doing letting Big linger in her new relationship? But back to all things wrong with Berger. The double finger he gives the answering machine when his ex calls. Carrie should have left while he was out and never called him again. Petty little man. It doesn't seem like Carrie is the one for Berger either. It's giving rebound on both their ends.
She cheated on me. That's how it ended. She broke my heart and pretty much killed me. And I was dead. Till you.
As Berger's explaining how much his ex hurt him, cue the violins. I'm choosing to ignore the fact that he was flirting with Carrie from the moment he met her and let him be the injured party for once. He's clearly still hurt and jaded from this relationship. I mean, this is pretty much an omission that Carrie is the rebound. You're the person he dates right after the serious relationship that devastated him, and now you're like a workout to get out all that pent-up frustration before he's ready for a real healthy relationship. But what does Carrie do? She hugs him and sees this as an indication that they're getting closer. The frog sounds must have botched her understanding of the English language because this isn't sweet or endearing. It's concerning. Another, yes, there you have it, red flag.
I slept more soundly than I had in as long as I could remember.
I mean, Carrie's delusion is spectacular. She has convinced herself she's in a good relationship. She's been in enough to know better, but nevertheless, here we are. Taking a pause, not because of the relationship, but Carrie's outfit. Okay.
There's no greater sound than your friends laughing at your new boyfriend's jokes.
Carrie introduces Berger to the girls, they like him, and he gives Miranda some advice about her date.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. He's just not that into you.
He's just not that into you. I mean, it's fair and succinct, but maybe his inability to have deep thoughts is why his book isn't a bestseller. But sure, a broken clock is right twice. Miranda's date wasn't into her.
I love you.
I love you too. And I'm not saying it because you said it to me, I promise. I was gonna say it before. I've been thinking it the whole night.
Berger drops those 3 words. I love you. Huh?
I'm not in a serious relationship with Berger.
Did we skip a couple of episodes? Bad sex, phone sex, the middle finger to his ex?
Hey, thanks a lot. I'll be here all week.
I mean, the warning signs were all there. What does she mean, I love you? Does she even know this man?
I love you. I just wanted to say it again on my own.
But hey, they're happy for 2.5 seconds.
A few moments later.
Berger sends Carrie his published book and she reads it in 2 days. I think that's pretty fast. 400 pages, which is roughly 70,000 to 100,000 words. Thank you, Google. So she did good.
All right, if you're still not finished, it's all over between us.
I just finished it just this minute, I swear.
The foundation of their relationship is jokes and banter. He walks in the door with a joke. This is what they do. She lets him know how much she loves the book.
Yes, I'm done, and if you would shut your trap, I could tell you that I loved it. I loved it.
And once she lets him know that she loved his book, she does what they do best. She makes an innocuous joke.
Here's my crucial point. No woman who works at W Magazine would be caught dead at a hip downtown restaurant wearing a scrunchie. Man, it's a good thing I came along because you may know the fellas, but I know the ladies.
Great.
Okay, can I read you my favorite part?
No, I'm done talking about the book.
Which doesn't go over well. He starts sulking like a petulant child. She was on this high from the I love you, and now she's at rock bottom, blaming herself for his insecurities, which leads her to write an article that should have stayed in the drafts.
Are there times when the ladies should just shut the fuck up?
No, we don't need to shut up. Men like Berger need to strap up. His dry and wily sense of humor was okay when he was giving some hard truths to Miranda, but a scrunchie is what sends him over the edge. Out on a date night, they are confronted with a woman with a scrunchie in front of them. Look at his smug face as he notices the scrunchie, and watch him try to rub it in Carrie's face. It's very childish, and Carrie almost swallows it down.
Tough break, Rachel.
But under her breath, she says that the woman isn't from New York, which he picks up on. And look how quickly his smile fades when he realizes that he was wrong.
We're just wondering what part of New York you live in.
More sulking, more giving her the silent treatment, and Carrie is there throwing compliment after compliment as he digs into her dessert without even asking. Rude. How can Carrie claim this man? How can she say that this is the person she loves when he shuts down at every bump in the road? First he's shoving her off his jacket, now he's basically shoving her off his arm and ready to leave her and go home. It's not even that he's emotionally unavailable, it's that he's emotionally stunted.
You can't just shut down like this. We have to be able to say what's on our mind.
Oh? Nice hat.
He's not only petty, but he's mean, throwing an insult about her headpiece. I mean, has he seen the way he dresses?
It's fabulous, and you just said that to hurt my
Yeah,
feelings.
well, that's how you made me feel the other night.
Fabulous!
Berger is vindictive. He's comparing her correctly informing him that New York women don't wear scrunchies in jest to him saying something intentionally to make her feel bad.
I don't know what your problem is, but it doesn't have anything to do with a scrunchie.
Yeah, it's about the fact that my book is a big fat fucking failure.
Does Carrie take this as an opportunity to tell him that maybe she needs the night to think? Nope.
You're a beautiful writer, and I loved your book.
Here we go again. She's oddly attracted to his most unattractive qualities. Another argument, another non-resolution, because how have they really solved the problem? He's admitted that he's feeling bad about his career. But what have they done to really discuss the problems that it caused in their relationship? Nothing. They've just gone upstairs and done what they always do. Problems seemingly resolved. Carrie takes Berger to Prada for the first time in his life and shows him a shirt that he is just unable to buy.
Here, for you.
Later, when they meet for lunch, she surprises him, not only with the shirt, but with an advance check she got for her book selling in Paris. It's pretty obvious how uncomfortable he is with the fact that she's received this check. She's on a high, being proud of herself, as she should be, but she's completely oblivious to the fact that it looks like he's chewing on rocks.
That's okay.
Out for a walk with Miranda, she runs into her publicist, well, her ex-publicist, who has been fired, and she informs her that Berger's second book option hasn't been picked up, so no sequel to the book with the horrendous cover. I could have told him that.
How's Berger handling it?
Carrie instantly feels bad, and this is the huge part of their relationship that's a problem. Carrie seems to be shrinking and trying to make herself small.
Oh, God, I feel awful. Why did I have to parade in and brag about that check? Because you're proud of it.
She makes the mistake of mentioning to Berger that she knows, but what else was she supposed to do? He tries to reassure her, but it feels like he's really struggling to tell her that he's proud of her, like he's choking on the words. Like I said, chewing on rocks, chewing on concrete. This is not going down well for him. It's the toughest pill he's had to swallow. Then he turns over in bed, which really brings the sincerity of his words into question. She's having to lean in and tell him how wonderful he is again and again. So let's not forget that. Through this relationship, she keeps going on. You're wonderful, you're amazing, you're talented, you're a beautiful writer. Now, there is nothing wrong with making your significant other feel better, but the scale of support is always tipping in Berger's favor. There's no reciprocity.
He grunted.
The grunt he makes. Even she picked up on it, and she's been struggling to pick up on a lot of things when it comes to him.
End of discussion. I shouldn't have said anything.
And we're back to Carrie thinking that she should have to keep her mouth shut. It's 90% of the relationship with this guy. Whereas if we look at Samantha and Smith, who I think is one of the few good men in this series, when she offers to help him with his struggling acting career, the discussion is easy and it's calm. He initially turns her down, but when he does accept her help and it's not going the way he wants, he expresses his concern, his disappointment, but it's all in an even temperament. He's not mean, he's not petty, he's just genuinely vulnerable.
Surprise!
I told you I would circle back to the stupid bike. Say what you will about Big, and you can say a lot. You can say everything, but this right here, this is the moment. He arrives with the stupid bike, and she's clearly not comfortable between her outfit, the helmet, the aesthetics. But no, he wants to feel like the big man on the bike.
I'm not really dressed very biker chick.
We're really seeing what that bike means to Berger, what it represents. It's a form of power, bravado. He got it when things ended with Lauren. It was a direct result of a relationship with a woman not working out. He needed something to feel powerful. So it resurfacing at this exact time is not a coincidence. He's trying to make sure Carrie is put in a position where she is not in control. It's manipulative. You can spot it the moment he says, please, for me. He knows exactly what he is doing.
It'll be fine. Come on. Come on, Carrie. For me?
Carrie reluctantly agrees to get on the bike with one condition. Don't go fast. And what does he do?
I told you not to go fast. Wouldn't you feel my hands digging into you?
Yeah, I thought you were excited.
I was terrified.
She finally stands up for herself, and all it took was an attempted murder. All jokes aside, because of his ego, he willingly put her in danger, and he seemed to get off on it. It's metaphorical, if you ask me. He wants to be in the driver's seat, and he wants her to be riding his coattails, not the other way round.
I am not gonna die on a bridge so that you can feel like some big man on a bike. And I'm sorry, but I am not sorry I made that money. I worked really hard for it. And I never thought that you would be the type of guy that would have a problem with that.
Well, neither did I, but I guess I do, don't I?
And it's so dangerous when your partner can't be your champion, your cheerleader, when they don't see your success and things going well for you as something that brings joy to their life. It shouldn't be something that detracts from them. And that's all it seems to do with Berger. Something goes well for Carrie and it's instantly negative for him. What does this mean for me? What about me? Why don't I have? That's selfish. What does she see in this guy? He's arms open, but it's just toxic, and she keeps going back for more in a very Carrie fashion. He does the bare minimum. He wears the shirt that she bought him. So I guess this could have been a turning point. To what? I don't know, because it's been nothing but tumbling face first down a hill.
Can we get one alone, Carrie?
As the paparazzi snap pictures, they ask for a picture of Carrie alone because they know who she is. In that moment, he's registering they want him to move. The fact that she's shining is too much for him. Seconds after he said he would do better and he thought she was magnificent.
Swear to God, I will do anything. I'll do whatever it takes. I don't want to be this guy. I think you are magnificent.
She doesn't even stand alone to get her picture taken. Oh, Carrie. I can see the caption now. Carrie Bradshaw and random guy in red Prada shirt attend event.
Be okay if I took off? You can get home with the girls, right?
He doesn't even go into the show with her. You can get home with the girls. Man, they didn't even have Ubers back then. They arrived together. They should have left together. He's supposed to be her boyfriend.
He left. He's coming down with a cold.
When you're lying and making excuses for your boyfriend, it's never a good sign. And you can tell that Carrie has this feeling in the pit of her stomach. A lot of people have it. When you know something is deeply wrong in your relationship and you're really just fighting against it, this should have been the moment that she broke up with him. But did she? No. Another bullet wound, another band-aid. Carrie has jury duty and Berger escorts her, leading her up the steps. He says, "Are we going to meet later?" And she mentions something like, "Oh, aren't you supposed to write?"
What does that mean?
Doesn't mean anything. It was just a question.
What did you think I was gonna do? Sit on my ass all day and slack off?
Taking offense to everything she says. This is his own personal problems and he's projecting it onto Carrie. Then he tries to turn it around with lightning speed. I'm surprised he didn't drop her. Guess that Hollywood kiss didn't solve anything, because on their date night, which Charlotte crashes after a bad date, he's back to being nasty. He's just a dark cloud of misery. He makes a joke, but at Charlotte's expense. And that's a good thing about Carrie, is she might not stick up for herself, but she'll definitely stick up for her friends.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to be funny.
Well, it wasn't funny.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. I'm a slacker.
It wasn't funny. I'm a slacker. Putting words in her mouth when the only words that have come out are praise, damn near worship. We could compile a list of all the words of affirmation that she's given him.
You're a beautiful writer. You're great.
You are the most fabulous.
Berger's resentment is bubbling over, and he would have taken any opportunity to come at Carrie.
I can't believe you put me down in front of your friend.
I can't believe you put me down in front of your friend. No, she was sticking up for her friend.
I didn't put you down.
Okay, great. Now you're gonna tell me what I feel?
And now you're telling me how I feel. No, she just stated that she didn't do that. He might have felt put down because he's so beneath her, he's always looking up, but she didn't put him there.
When did you stop being on my side?
The answer to that question is never. She's been nothing but the Jack Berger cheerleader from day one, when he didn't even deserve it. When he was crap in bed, she was still singing his praises.
I think we should take a break.
He would have done anything to put the brakes on this relationship. You could see it through their little interactions, his micro expressions. It was so clear everything she did made him mad. And he's mad not because of anything she's actually done, but because of how small he feels in comparison to her.
How long have you been thinking about this?
Berger says he needs time to think, some distance. This should be Carrie's line. Carrie hasn't done anything wrong to this man. The only problems in their relationship have been created by him and his inadequacies.
We need to talk.
No, I don't need to talk.
He's thrown her off his jacket, tried to leave after a dinner, left her at a show, and now he's leaving again, buggering off to the Hamptons. Carrie still has Big in her life for reasons, and even he calls bull from thousands of miles away. They haven't been together that long, so what is the issue with Carrie and Berger? Why is it so tumultuous? Carrie momentarily loses the plot and plans to drive to Berger's house in the Hamptons to talk to him. I was in absolute disbelief. Thankfully, she comes to her senses. She lost $187, but better that than losing what was left of her dignity.
How humiliating and degrading.
Berger can be threatened and insecure, and sometimes he shuts down, but
as she's listing all the negative traits in Berger, it sounds like a true crime documentary. Threatened, insecure, shut down. There's no but. Run, Carrie. And in that moment, she seems to get it. Common sense finally catches up with her until she gets a second win and outruns it again.
I gotta break up with him. At that moment, I knew I wasn't ready to let Berger go.
Okay. Here's the thing about relationships and being sentimental. Carrie, to a fault, is sentimental over these little moments that she has with Berger, but they don't amount to anything in the long run. As she's preparing for jury duty or being selected, whatever the situation is, there's this guy who keeps pulling out fruits. And it's odd and it's bizarre and it's a bit of a joke between her and Berger. Remember, the foundation of their relationship. But that's all they have, this shallow foundation, which is so breakable. So her smiling to herself and being like, well, Berger's the only person that would get this.
Girl, get up. Girl, get up. Girl, get up. Girl, get up again.
Sentiment isn't a reason to continue a toxic relationship. It's not. 10% good and 90% crap is not a love story.
I love you, Carrie.
Berger returns with carnations and an I love you. A bit of banter and he's spending the night. All is right. Back for round 5, 6, 7. I have lost count at this point. Until Carrie wakes up and sees a post-it on her laptop. I'm sorry. I can't. Don't hate me.
Berger broke up with me on a post-it. That relationship was a complete waste of time.
It's sad how right she was. Berger was a complete waste of her time. From the beginning to the middle to the end. This relationship taught her nothing. She gained nothing from it. Carrie wants to get over the whole thing by going to a club opening with the girls, and she ends up running into Berger's friends. Wanting to be the bigger person, for some reason, she goes over to say hi and informs his friends that they've broken up. She has to do all the heavy lifting in this relationship, even when it's over. Unbelievable. His friend makes an annoying comment about knowing that Carrie and Berger had problems, which is such an asinine thing to say, and Carrie responds by saying Berger was bad in bed. Which was true. And then she decides to go rectify it, but it gets even worse. She's suffering from post-it syndrome. She can't help it. When she tells them that Berger broke up with her on a post-it, they just shrug it off like it's okay. You really are the company you keep. His friends are losers, just like him. One of the guys makes a comment about girls going psycho when they're broken up with. Not sure he's been in many situations to do a whole lot of dumping, but sure, let's pretend. She goes off on Billy and she shouldn't have wasted her energy on him or Berger. And what's interesting with Carrie is she never really clocks the main issue. Yes, she addresses with Billy that men shouldn't treat women this way, but that wasn't the main problem. It's the fact that she was in a relationship with a small, petty, insecure man who was threatened by her success. And let's talk about that note. Even that was all about him. I can't. Don't hate me. Me. Ugh, he was sickening.
Okay, I know what I learned from my Berger relationship.
Carrie closes the chapter on Berger, realizing exactly what she learned and gained from their relationship.
Wait a minute, I just had
Nothing. But at least she has her girls. So what are your thoughts on Carrie and Berger? Fair assessment? It might have been short-lived, but it was a relationship that just can't be forgotten. Whenever I see a post-it, I think of you, Jack Berger.